What's up, YouTube? My name is Robert and welcome to the family. So I'm currently standing on a 28-acre property that me and my parents purchased in August of 2021. We bought this property with the intentions of building a future family homestead out here and developing this into a family property slash farm. So we have lots of big plans for this property. My parents are going to start construction in summer of this year, and I've already started construction on a 30 by 60 tractor shed slash pole barn at the top of the property. I'll get up there and show you guys those construction sites in a moment, but I just want to tell you some of our plans with this property first. So we bought this property, as I said, in hopes of building a family homestead. We want to obviously build out here, develop out here, and live out here. But on this channel, we'll be featuring lots of different videos and content, such as farming. We just started beekeeping back in late spring of last year. And we have a single hive at the moment, but we had about 70,000 bees. And we were doing everything we knew to do, but we had a really harsh winter, a couple of harsh days. And now we're down to like 2,000 to 3,000 bees, but we're gonna pull our hive apart in a few days and check to make sure that we still have a queen. If we still have a queen, then we should be good for the coming months, because they'll start laying, I think, in February, which is next month. It's January 30th today. And so we're gonna pull our hive apart. We'll do videos like that. We'll have videos of us farming, cooking, gardening, building our house from ground up. So it's gonna be a big learning experience for all of us. And like I said, we bought this property in 2021. I haven't done much. We really just have a couple of construction roads made at the moment. Cleared a little spot for my dad to build his house and been working on the shop some, but you guys haven't missed much. So we figured we'd start a channel and bring you guys with us so that you can learn some of the do's and the don'ts. It should be fun. You see that little camper in the back. I got that camper for parts, a few months back. But anyway, so we'll be doing lots of stuff about that. Working on older cars and fixing motors and old trucks and farm equipment and tractors. So this should be exciting. We're excited to bring you guys with us. Hope you'll stay along and watch. So I'm going to walk up here now to the first construction site, which is where my dad is building, show you guys some of the roads. And we're having a lot of big water issues out here too, because any of you that may live in this area will know that there's been a lot of rain. I think 7 inches just this month alone, and it's really caused us some havoc on these roads. So I'll show you guys kind of what we're dealing with and some of the solutions that we're trying to come up with to fix these roads. If you guys have any solutions, just comment down below. But I'll show you guys sort of what we're working with here and show you guys around the property. So this is where I was standing at the end of the last clip. As you can see, we have a driveway that comes from the road. You can see the car parked up here. It's about 600 feet from the road, which is right behind the car, to this split in the driveway. So this drive goes up to my place, my building site. This is on my side of the property. And this little split here goes over to where my dad is building. You can sort of see it through the woods. We're gonna walk up there now. But, so, this split goes to my side, and this split goes to his side. We've been doing a lot of work on these driveways. You can see, that's all water. I'll show you guys in a minute, we'll get closer. But I've been dealing with terrible drainage issues on this road. It's a little bit low in this spot, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of building up, but I can't do it with mud, obviously. So I'm gonna have to wait on drier months, and hopefully there's drier months to come. But anyways, as we go here, going up to my dad's construction site, as you can see, we've done a good bit of clearing in here. We're gonna widen his road, take down a few more of these trees, and add a little more dirt, because we obviously got several more feet on each side of the pipe that we can widen this road. But right now, it's just been a temporary road for us to gain access to the property in order to do work with the tractors and farm equipment. It's a little low in here, as you can see. So we built up this road about 3 feet. You can see the water runs down the side of the road and into the main drainage ditch. This ditch runs from one end of the property all the way to the other on my side of the property. And so the water drains through there constantly. That's just where it naturally goes. So we couldn't fill that ditch in. We just had to insert these pipes, which we were fortunate enough. We had a good family friend of ours that pulled these pipes out of his driveway, and he was able to give them to us. So very blessed to have friends like that. Walking on up here, as you can see, even his road's kind of wet in places, but we've got major drainage issues. Of course, it's been unordinary. I mean, it's been a lot of rain lately. So very different type of month for January, weather-wise. But as we walk up here, you'll see we've been working at this pretty hard. Me and a buddy of mine cleared this, and I'd say this is probably maybe a half acre to 3/4 of an acre back in June, July, August of 2022. Yeah, I believe it was that time. And we've been up here conducting perk tests for the build. As you can see, this hole could be used. We'd have to install a drainage curtain around the around the field line, but this hole would work for septic line. But we're not going to end up using these spots down here anyways, because the house is going to be on up here. I'll show you guys in just a moment. But we conducted several of those perk tests throughout the property. We also conducted a perk test at the front of the property because that's where they originally were going to build, but they decided to move the house back for the property. It lays a little better back here, and you're a little farther off the road, a little more peace and quiet. But as you can see, we've been stacking our pines as we cut them down over here. We plan on purchasing a sawmill later towards the end of the year and purchasing a few more pieces of equipment so you guys will be able to see all that. We'll be learning. This is all a learning experience for us, so we'll be learning everything as we go. So it should be fun for you guys to watch as new property owners, or a family that wants to start a homestead. But you can watch with us and learn the do's and don'ts, like I said. So now I'm going to walk on up here and show you guys where my dad is going to be building his house. I may even put a picture of his plans on this video if I can figure out how to do it. But I'm going to walk up here and show you that now. All right, so where I was standing at the end of the last clip was down between that pile and that other pile of brush. My dad was up here this last weekend on Saturday. That would have been, today's Monday, so 2 days ago. Clearing a few more trees, knocking a few more trees down. We also like to hunt. So if you guys like hunting, stay tuned. We'll be planting plots this year and putting out minerals and all that good stuff. Because there's pretty good deer on this property, considering it was all timberland property to begin with, and it's all pine. But anyways, on with the program here. So this orange stake and that orange stake is sort of going to be the front of the house. I'll back up here so that you can see it a little better. And that stake and that stake's going to be the rear of the house. I forget I forget the exact dimensions of the house, but it's a 2,000 square foot, 3-bed, 2-bath. This will all be learning experience for us. He also plans to put a shop. I think now, I'll have to ask him, but I think he wants to put it down close to where those logs are. And the driveway will come up sort of beside the shop and into the carport that'll be on the back side of the house. It's an attached garage. I think that's where he wants to put the shop. I'll have to ask him, like I said. But we plan on having those logs either sawed up or waiting and using our own sawmill to saw those logs and using those to build barns and shops out on this property as well. For tractor sheds, places to park our equipment under, and places to work under when it's wet and rainy like it is now. But that's sort of the plans here. We're going to do a lot more clearing, take out probably 30 to 40 more trees, and I'm sure we'll take out some more as well. So develop him a good backyard. But yeah, this is sort of the plans. So we're excited. Hope you guys stay tuned and watch as we start to build these houses and start these projects as we go along. I'm gonna cut the camera off here, go back down to the split in the driveway, and walk you guys up my side and show you guys my plans, where I've been working at the shop. We got our beehive up there, and just sort of show you guys what my plans are on that side. So, okay, so I'm back at the split now. Goes up to my dad's construction site. Let's walk this way. And let's talk a little bit about this water issue here. All the dirt out here, as you can see, is this real rocky, churty stuff. So, I mean, it packs down pretty good and makes good roads until you get a situation like I have here. So, we built this road up probably 2 to 3 feet, about the same thickness or the same amount of dirt as it took to build my dad's road up. But as you can see, this ditch is just constantly draining water. I mean, there's a good flow coming out of those pipes. If I can get you around here to see it. See, that pipe's just completely it's just running out of it constantly. But I plan to take advantage of this real wet weather spot down here and hopefully make a nice pond. The neighbor You can just barely see a glimpse of his house through the woods. He had mentioned to me whenever we first bought this property, I was out here and meeting the neighbor because he was working on his driveway. He had mentioned to me about us building a pond over here. And now after looking at it, I think I want to go on with that plan, but that's sometime later down the road. But we'll definitely be filming that because that'll be some good content for you guys. Learning with us on how to build a pond and build a dam. But we could definitely make a nice pond, I believe, because it's just wet like this all the way to the property line. So hopefully we can take advantage of that and build a nice pond. But as you can see on this side of the road now, so this is my driveway. It goes up and around that way. Up here this is all high property. This is all straight uphill. So all that water's just been washing down through here constantly. And as you can see, it just washes. So we dug this ditch. I just rough dug it just to keep water from, we had issues with water washing over the road. You can see where it washed all the dirt off the top of the road. So dug this back a few months ago. And as you can see, it's working. It rained last night, probably 2 inches. So it's working. And let's see, on Friday, I believe it was, I was up here and I dug another ditch, just rough dug it. Just, I mean, it was super muddy. As you can see, I was slipping and sliding in the backhoe. So we have a Case 580 backhoe and a Hydromax skid steer, which the backhoe is about 14,000 pounds. So you can see it didn't like this too much. We'll be showing repair videos of those tractors and showing you guys that equipment some other time. But I dug this rough ditch here. It's about 150 feet long or so. It goes all the way up to that big tree, just behind that big tree. And it's just steady flowing with water. But, I mean, this in here is just a soupy mess. I haven't been able to do any more construction on my shop because of this right here. It's kind of aggravating. You got a 50-foot patch of your road that's just so muddy you can't cross it. It's just impassable. And if it wasn't for this, I would be setting my shop already on the post. But it works out pretty well because now you guys will get to see as we do these road repairs. Watch us as we set the shop, pour those footers for the shop. But I mean, it's just, look at this. My feet are just sinking in. That's why I got my pants and my boots here, because it's just so muddy. But this ditch is just full of water. What's gonna have to happen is I'm gonna have to build this road up too, kind of like we did down there, and build it up all the way up to where see where it's dry looking right there where my finger's at, and I hope that maybe that will fix this terrible water spot. But so before I dug this ditch, there was water just washing. This hole was not here at all. There was water just washing across this road. And as you can see, I mean, there's no water washing across the road. It's just still wet from the last few months of rain, last few weeks of rain, however you want to call it. So I'm trying to fix it the best I can to get it where we can get back up top and work on the building. But see here, this is just full of water. Oh, see, it's just a terrible mud hole. Right here's a good spot where I can show you what I'm talking about. So, see, this is all water, all wet, and it's all coming from down off of the hill all the way down to right here. You can see where it's running. It's just steady running in that ditch and running down to the main drainage ditch. That was sort of my intentions with this. So it's definitely doing what I wanted it to do. But we'll have to do some doctoring on this ditch and fix it up to where it doesn't look so bad, where it's not so deep. But definitely stop the water from running across the road, so that's a plus. Headed in the right direction. It's gonna take some major work and some major dry weather in order to get this back in order. So anyways, continuing on now. Once you get past that, it's not bad at all. See, it's that real dirty dirt on the whole property, which is good for roads. But anyways, we're gonna continue up the driveway here to the build site of the 30x60 shop, and I'll talk to you guys when we get up there. So we're approaching the build site now. Where we started was, the driveway kind of goes down and around that way. As you can see as we walk up here, there's a little deer stand hanging on that tree. It's pretty good bucks out here, but Didn't really have time to hunt this past season. But like I said, we'll be prepping for the 2023 season, doing food plots, putting minerals out, all that good stuff. So, but as you can see, as we come up here, I sort of chose to build up here because it's just naturally just lays so flat and it's beautiful. When it's sunny, obviously it's not sunny now, but you can see the sun coming up in the morning and going down at night. It's a beautiful spot, and I envisioned a beautiful place sitting up here on the hill. But I'll tell you, we're now 1,400 foot from the road, which is that way. And so that's very pricey when it comes to running utilities. We just recently got our quote from Georgia Power, and for 1,400 foot of underground line, it's very expensive, but that's sort of the plans. I guess we'll be running power and digging a trench here in the next few weeks as well. So you guys will be seeing that as long as you hang around with us. But I plan here, obviously driveway comes in there. My plans are, so right along here, right along this wood line, be the front of the house and set my house here. I don't have house plans yet. I don't have, that's gonna be, 3 to 4 years in the future. I'm 21, so right now I'm just wanting to build a little tractor shed / pole barn, probably put an apartment in it sometime later down the road. I guess you could call it like a mini barn dominium. Got a little water problems up here too. But driveway just a rough temporary road just going in here, just to where we could gain access to the build site. Done some good clearing back here as well, where I'm putting the building up. And as you can see, I'm stacking my logs over here from the build site. Plan on sawing those up as well. I'm sorry if the camera's shaky, guys. This is my first video, filming this with my iPhone. Not gonna do much editing, gonna be minimal editing, just me talking to you. You just have to have your patience with us and forgive us. But I figured I'd just come out here and show you guys around the property. But as you can see, so this is gonna be the side of my 30 by 60 metal building. This is a red iron building that we're putting up, by the way. Heavy gauge red iron building. These front 4 posts are gonna be the front side of the building. It's a shed type roof, so it's about 20 foot. All right, let's see. The posts are 17 foot long on the high side and about 13 foot long on the low side. But as you can see, we're raising it up. These posts are all 2 foot high, and we're gonna be raising the building up 2 foot all the way around. So that's gonna give me 20 foot on the high side roughly, and roughly 16 foot on the low side. But off the front, I plan to put a 15 foot porch all the way across the building. I'm sorry, no, 20 foot porch all the way across the building. This is all homemade building. We're taking 2 buildings and making one, just trying to make it work. And then we haven't started on the backside yet because of the rain and the road not allowing us to do so. But if it hadn't been for the rainy month, we would have all 8 of these posts done, and we would be standing the building up. But can't really help the weather. It kind of is what it is. I plan on, this should be a fun adventure. So it should make some good content for you guys. If you guys have pieces of steel and want to build a building, this would be the place to watch it, because that's exactly what we're doing. Just a pile of logs here. Let's see. See that white box right there? That's our hive box for our bees. It's all learning for us too with the bees. So I'm sorry the last clip got cut off, but all I was going to say was we will be making some beekeeping content as we're new to bees. Hopefully you guys can give us some tips and advice as we start to raise bees. We plan on starting a second hive this coming spring. We're going to order some bees and a new queen and see if we can get that going. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a raw video, gonna be minimal editing, just me talking to you. Figured I'd come out, show you guys around the property, show you guys what we're working with, and sort of what the plans are. So hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be making more of these. I'm gonna try to upload 1 to 2 times a week if possible. We stay very busy. We also travel and sing in a gospel ministry all over the southeastern United States, so we may be posting some singing videos as well for you guys to enjoy. But like I said, first video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys would like to see. as far as that goes, I guess that's it. So welcome to the family. See you guys next time.